Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
7 o'clock, -1 right now. High today of 9 degrees. That's plus 9. I'm just so used to the minus. Here's Kayla Harris with a Sportsnet Central update. Hey, Kayla.
Hey, the Leafs blew a 2-goal lead and lost to the Islanders 4-3 in overtime.
Harris is across the line, working in on the right side, gets to the front of the goal, shoots and scores! John Tavares, what a play!
John Tavares dazzling at the ACC again, scoring the winner and an assist as well for a 7 multi-point game at the Air Canada Centre. David Booth opened up the scoring, left the game, and got 2 stitches in his abdomen.
I followed some guys skate, Kennedy skate. I thought my intestines were coming out of my body, but they weren't.
He did eventually return. Toronto's now even with Columbus in the race for Connor McDavid. The Blue Jackets have 2 games in hand. The Maple Leafs host the lowly Sabres on Wednesday. It has come as no surprise the Oilers were mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Jimmy Howard made 36 saves in the Red Wings' 5-2 win over Edmonton. Zach Kassian scored the winner in the third as the Canucks edged the Ducks 2-1. A tough test on the road. The Raptors have only 1 win in their last 9 ball games. They face the Spurs, who have won 5 straight. Eric Smith and Paul Jones at the pregame at 8. Tip-off is set for 8:30 on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Down south, the Blue Jays dropped both split squad games. Marcus Stroman threw 2 2/3 scoreless innings. He struck out 3. Toronto was shut out by Houston 1-0. Jose Bautista hit a homer in their 6-4 loss to Detroit in Lakeland. The Blue Jays have home field advantage against the Twins this afternoon on Sportsnet590.ca. Aradiki is set to make his second start this spring. First pitch will fly just after 1 o'clock. The Brinks trucks are ready to go. NFL free agency officially opens up at 4 o'clock this afternoon, according to league sources. The Jaguars have reached an agreement with tight end Julius Thomas. You're listening to the home of Leafs Nation, Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
Hey guys, so also, the Broncos losing Julius Thomas. Sportsnet 590.
Hello again. It is -1 right now, warming up today to a balmy 9 degrees. It's been great. 8 tomorrow as well. Leafs lose 4-3 in overtime. Some positives there. It was an entertaining game, and if you're at the game, you wouldn't have known the team was the mess it is. Eric Francis, our NHL insider for Sportsnet West and Calgary Sun, will join us, and Sportsnet insider for Cicely Honda to talk about the game. Also, Jerry Howard later on this hour. But those Leafs up 2-0, up 3-1. I looked at this guy Rocco. He was the guy sitting next to me, George. His name was Rocco. Yeah. He's like, "Hey, do you think they can blow the 3-1 lead?" I'm like, "Not a chance. It's our night." By the time I had walked around the concourse, it was 3-3. It was that quick.
And if it wasn't for Bernier, they lose that game in regulation.
There's a positive. Bernier played right. No negativity. What positives are we taking out of that Toronto Maple Leafs loss yesterday, 4-3 to the Islanders? Here's a positive. John Tavares is a stud. It's great watching an elite hockey player play, and he is one of the best in the NHL. Nick Leddy played a great game. Johnny Boychuk was awesome. You don't have to always talk about the homers. You don't have to talk about how the Leafs didn't do. You can talk about some great hockey last night at the Air Canada Centre. That was fun.
He's a guy they took #1, obviously, overall in the draft, in John Tavares, and that could be the ghost of Christmas future for Maple Leaf fans. What if you get the #1 pick and you get a guy like John Tavares, and maybe he can do something like that, Connor McDavid, in a blue and white uniform? There's a positive spin.
I agree, George. 416-870-0590, 888-666-0590, your Star 590 on your cell phone. The positives from last night's game. We're also asking for your tweets at It's Dean Blundell. Here's some. Positive spin from last night's game. Your play-by-play with Joe Bowen at BoneD Tweets. I got a chance to do some play-by-play. It was easy. Okay, this is big. Gardner, he's the defenseman. He's in the offensive zone. He's got the puck on the... And he gives it to that guy, and he shoots it, and Trevor Smith, am I right? It's hard to see. Oh, my God, that is unbelievable. See, Jake Gardner just about whistled one into the net there. And Michael Neuvers, which is a great story, too, because he didn't leave the state of New York, did he? No, he just moved around. All right, pass it back. Sorry about that. Huh? Well, had a chance to go up into the gondola and hanging out with Joe Bowen and Jim Ralph, two of the greatest guys in the world, and just hands me things as you're doing play-by-play. I had no idea. I wasn't ready. Had I got like 10, 15 minutes to get it together, you would have knocked it out of the park. Easy money. Well, you already did knock it out of the park. Especially that whistling. Is that like your catchphrase? He whistles one towards the net. Pretty much. He shoots it and oh yeah, there you go. There's a positive. Here's one from Drew Vanderwall. He says Brewer didn't score on Bernier. There's another positive. See, that's a negative sounding. No, it's not. Yes, it was. There's some sarcasm there. David Booth again scored a goal last night, Dean. He's been good. Unbelievable. I didn't want to go on the rib. What a goal it was. Right. He sneaks down the right side and he puts a backhander shelf. And he's a guy that maybe they re-signed because you still got to ice a team next year. But maybe the negative is he took a skate in the rib. But David Booth got a goal and he played well again last night. That's a positive. Yeah, he did. That's not that. I mean, it is positive, but don't crap on this. Don't be negative.
I guess be realistic. If he played like that, you could have traded him for something. And now he's playing well after the. I know that's negative.
Now but that sounded negative to me. Well, he admitted it. But
it was too much positivity there, and I need to, put some.
Stop raining on a parade, Fabro. We're trying to be positive this morning. Yeah, quit dumping on our stuff here. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just thinking about Booth. I'm like, now here's David Booth.
So what? Like when the season's already done. Hey, how about this? How about this? Phil Kessel wasn't a -4. Positive. That feels like a negative tweet. JVR had a hell of a game.
His first multi-point game since January 9th. So what if that was 25 games ago?
Lupul didn't get hurt. Lupul didn't get hurt. Fabro does there. Right. This is what Fabro does. Fabro's like, oh yeah, JVR had a point, a goal and an assist, and he played like 20 minutes, and he was a +2. Something he hasn't done in 25 games. Just the dagger. It's like when you insult someone under your breath walking away. You get in an argument with somebody, and you're like, oh yeah, you walk away, you jerk. That's what that was. Lupul didn't get hurt. That's a positive. Now you're doing what you said you were doing. Yeah, you are.
No, he stayed healthy.
He played good on the top line with Bozak and Kessel, and he was good.
I've got one.
Yeah, please. I'd love to hear it.
Leafs played very well for 2 out of the 3 periods last night.
See, that's a positive. Yeah, absolutely it is. Right. If it was 1 out of 3 periods, it'd be a negative.
Right. More than half the game.
I gotta say 75%, really. I thought Richard Panik played a good game, got an assist in 17 minutes, played well on the second line with Holland and JVR. Richard Panik was a positive last night. Maybe that's Jake Carter was a positive too. He had an assist, played 26 minutes. He was a stud on the back end. There's some nice stuff there.